As far back as I can remember, I always wanted to be a gangster.
Please don't let me, I'm gonna die!
Taking them so long.
Hey, these guys are professionals. They're the best.
Totally. I hate a guy with a car and no sense of humor.
My mom always said life was like a box of chocolates.
Oh, yeah, the Great Bambino. Of course. I thought you said the Great Bambi.
The lady who put the BS in BSN. It's Carolyn Sheridan from the Ag Health and Safety Alliance. Time once again to see what we can do to help our family farmers.
I love having Carolyn Sheridan on the program. We try to save the family. What? I do. We try to save the family.
So nice. We do.
One safety tip at a time if Carolyn can squeeze it in.
Yeah,
and usually you're so timely. I think that's the best part. You're very timely on this. And usually when you come on, you check your background, you know what we're going to talk about. Yeah. And evidently it's shovel and pitchfork safety.
Pitchfork. No,
okay,
yeah,
now, we're in the middle of winter.
Shop safety.
Oh, see, because you're looking like in the front of a hee-haw set.
I'm in front of all these like
implements.
But they're like antique implements. But
yeah, shovels and pitchforks and.
Yeah, I've used a pitchfork in my day, back in the day. You know, you still we have one at our farm. I still use it once in a while.
Well, why do you laugh at that? Why would you not use a pitchfork? Isn't that how you pick up poo? Don't y'all pick up poo with pitchforks?
Yeah, that's right. And then, well, actually, in the summer when we had so many apples that were on the ground, we used the pitchfork.
When you say apples, you need real apples or road apples?
Real apples.
Okay, my dad used to call them road apples. Like where horses would ride, he'd call them road apples. Okay, we're just getting real apples.
Like underneath the tree. That there's so many, and we used a pitchfork to pick them up because there was that many. Anyway, there's use for shovels and pitchforks and all that old fashioned stuff. I do have a short.
Why is a shovel old fashioned? I own a couple myself. What do you use instead?
No, I get a snowblower.
Well, yeah, for that, okay, that's fine. I get. Yeah, that's a good point. Right, but I still have a snow shovel.
Yeah, yes, we do too. But my dad used to love like the farm sales. He would it doesn't matter. He just would go. He just loved it. I think it was like the camaraderie and like the conversation and visiting.
No, it's great stuff. Cheap. My wife had to make me stop. I was collecting old farm implements because you can get like a box at the auction for like a buck.
You just bring stuff
home. And I got wrenches. I don't know what I'll ever do with them, but I got it for a buck. You can't go wrong at a good auction.
It's like the old time way of the Amazon box, where you can buy an Amazon box and you don't know what's in it. That's what that was like.
Oh, I would never do that. But for $1, there's a box of great toy stuff in there, tools and stuff. And like, hey, if you find one good wrench, you're way up.
Yeah. So he when he went to these sales, I don't know if he just felt obligated or he just wanted to. He always bring at least one thing home. And if there's something he really needed or wanted, he would always bring a shovel or something like that home, and that would be the thing that he brought home. And then he would paint it red. He would paint the handle red. I don't know why.
Got an extra can of red spray paint and just goes at it.
I don't know what it was.
Well, for safety's sake, because you always see those Roadrunner cartoons where you step on the handle of the rake and it beans you in the face, and you don't want to see it coming.
Right, but it is a good time to talk about.
You don't even know what the red. Look at that. You didn't even flinch at the Roadrunner. Well, yeah, but most people don't. We're so old, no one even knows what the Roadrunner is.
Oh no,
anymore.
I definitely know the Roadrunner. Beep beep.
There you go. That's a quote. Okay,
it is a quote. I sometimes go back and listen to our shows just
really
because I do because we're pretty hilarious sometimes. And most always I pick up on something you said that I didn't pick up on during the show. I'm like, oh.
You don't pay attention. That's why. That is really why. I'll give you that. You do not pay attention to me.
No, well, you don't want to have that perception that you're the person that's always just thinking of what they're going to say next and not listening to you. Is that what you said, Alice?
That's what I'm saying, because I literally have to stop, call a timeout, and say $1 million idea. If you were listening, I would literally just throw it out there. You're like, that's a good idea, but I have to stop the world and make you listen.
You do, but
I get it. You have a thing. You have things to get out. There's a difference.
I've got my pen up here. Al and I are doing the dueling pens here. But it is a good time to talk about shop safety because we were just complaining about it's going to be it's going to be cold this weekend. And this is when people are guys, farmers, they're in the shop. They're working on the implement. They may be working on a tractor or something like that. And so there's things that we can do right now in the middle of winter is a good time to think about shop safety. Maybe it's when we are cleaning up our shops, something like that.
Well, but I would say the closest thing I'd have to the shop is a garage, right? That's where I hang my tools.
Yeah, how are you doing with your garage?
Well, up until it's going to be like 2 degrees tomorrow, it's hard to heat it up. But I would say heating has got to be the first thing, right? How do you heat your shop? If it's like myself in propane, you can get carbon monoxide poisoning, folks. You got to keep yourself up. Now, maybe you got electric heat out, or I don't know how that works, but don't you have to really be concerned with the way you heat it up?
Well, and also if you're even in a bigger shop, there's issues with ventilation. Sometimes these shops are huge. We're working on a machine shed or something. But if you've got a tractor or something running, you're exactly right, Al. We've got to be worrying about the carbon monoxide poisoning, and it's certainly something that happens. It's not a
I would love to be a farmer with a big shed.
Instead of a little.
But I would throw this out there to them. The Winix 380. It's a smoke eater thing. Yeah, if you want to smoke cigars in your big shop and not let your wife know or get in trouble for stinking, the Winix 380, put that in your shop, sucks the smoke out, filters it. It's fantastic. I just throw it out there as another handy tip for farmers to keep the wives from being upset.
Or maybe the wife wants to head out there.
That is so cool. That is cool. Women that smoke cigars are way cool.
So don't just throw it out there on the husband trying to stay out of trouble. But even now, because we're thinking, well, there's not much going on. Al, you've been one to state that occasionally. What do farmers do in the winter? Well,
go get coffee in the morning, talk about corn prices, and then head back to the shop and have a cigar.
Yeah, right. So we still need to do all the same types of protection when we're working in the shop. In the winter, in addition to if you're trying to keep it heated or if you're running your pieces of equipment, it's no different than we're doing stuff in our other buildings, and we're concerned about running pieces of equipment there. But if you're in the shop and you're spending part of the day or the day there, then you absolutely need to be worried about that. But also, if we're going to be working there, we have, me, I'm the personal protective equipment lady. You make sure you have your safety glasses.
Wear the right size gloves. We're going to hit the glove thing again, aren't we?
No, we're not talking about gloves. Well, I'm not sure. Well, you could be wearing some gloves.
Depending if I'm using chemicals or not. See, that's what I've learned. Yeah.
That you have over the years. That's right. Eye protection is a big one because Al is going to get up.
And you should always have in every shop a great first aid kit that could help up to, if you're reading this, 100 people. In case there's a mass tragedy in your shop, you're ready. I got this from a great friend of mine.
Yes, you did. But for 100 people, I think shops are used for events too. So I guess maybe that would be
I would believe you want gloves to fit right, you want the shoes fit right, you're all about that. And I work in this studio alone. I got a producer, there's 2 of us, and you sent me a first aid kit good for 100 people. Let's just say the first aid kit did not fit the size of the audience. But I'm glad I have it because I'm never going to open it up.
Right. Well, I hope not. If you do, we probably will have like 3 or 4 shows just talking about what you did wrong in order to have to use the majority of that first aid kit. But and we have different size shops. I can tell you that I've been in some shops that are amazing, absolutely amazing. They're so clean and everything is so organized. And then there's there's all
shops.
Ranges. There's all ranges of shops.
Let's talk about the range of shops and what your shop is like right after this with Carolyn Sheridan's Ag Health and Safety Alliance.
Shop safety.
One-sided media and divisive noise drowning out your conservative values? Take back the conversation with Braver Angels. Join a grassroots movement to restore civility and find common ground without compromising your principles. As a conservative, your voice matters. Share your perspective on issues like immigration and public health in red-blue workshops and help rebuild trust in our great nation. Be a leader in depolarizing America. Sign up for free at mn.braverangels.org. Braver Angels, where conservatives, liberals, and independents unite for a stronger republic.
You know that car sound that sounds like a cricket playing a banjo? Jay's can fix that. You know when you step on the brakes and your car sounds like a pair of tennis shoes in the dryer? Paul is a guy who specializes in that. And you know that sound that never happens when the mechanic's around? Paul took a whole course on that. If you own a car, you need to know Paul. Paul owns Jay's Auto Shop, 202 North Main Street, Blue Earth, 525-1052, 525-1052.
As in alligator. L also in alligator. But it's not alligator. It's the Al Travis Show.
You know, I kind of consider the show here, my studio, as my shop. So while we're on break, I suited up. I have my mask on to protect myself from all kinds of disease.
Yeah. I don't want to mention it. Well, people who are like just listening online and not watching or don't watch this, Al's got his respirator upside down. And
how do you know that?
I could just by looking at you. I know for sure. 100%.
Well, maybe that's because the other problem you have, I put my safety glasses on, but
they're fogging up, aren't they? Fogging
they fogged right up. I can't see crap, which I can't think is making me safer.
It's because your respirator's all upside down and you don't have it on correctly. And that would be a thing if you're going to wear personal protective equipment. Let's make sure we get it on correctly. Al's maneuvering his respirator. He's decided I can't even see
Maybe it should have this side up written on it. I'm just throwing it out there. Maybe $1 million idea by the respirator people.
It does have like a little thing that you would, most people.
Oh, the nose pincher thing.
Yeah. There you go.
And if you look at it from the other side, it actually is kind of shaped like your face. Okay, I might have did that wrong, but I was in haste because I was on the air.
In haste, okay, that's it. We might be in haste. So I'm going to say that there is a good checklist out there, Farm Buildings and Safe Shops checklist that UMass has. They're based out of Minneapolis, the Upper Midwest Agricultural Safety Center.
UMass.
They have a good checklist. I'm a checklist to some degree. I kind of get distracted by myself. It's like I get halfway down the checklist and then I moved on to something else. But some people are good at checklists, and they have a good one. And they talk about good lighting, good ventilation, we've talked about. And I do believe people are maybe cleaning up their shops, and we've got electrical cords, and we got to make sure we don't have any slip trips hazards, because as you know, people are working alone too.
Yep.
And you might not be of the age where you've got that I fall and I can't get up.
Oh, the life alert. Yeah, I don't have a life alert yet. You also got to be careful what to do. I mean, you're out there doing stuff now.
Yes, get ready for
like
spring.
with chemicals and that sort of thing. If you're cleaning up grease off the floor, how you handle that is a lot differently now. You can't just throw it out behind the barn, because there'll be a big black spot in the snow and people will know you did bad things.
Yeah, like how you dispose of the things you're trying to throw away. Although in the country we burn, we burn stuff. We can burn trash, and
every farmer I know has a burn pit, and that's what makes the rest of us jealous. A burn pile,
we have a burn pile. That's right. It's like
it is
people
jealousy.
in town are like, can I bring my stuff to you?
People in town, we got to ask if we can burn leaves, and if it's the right time of year to burn a leaf. I'm like, really? I can't. If there's one thing about farmers that everyone is jealous of, the burn pile.
The ability to have a burn pile, or the berry pile too.
That's see, don't even start with that, because we're getting so much trouble that I know a guy, and it sounds like I'm a mobster in New York. I know a guy who can make things disappear. Coincidentally, he's a farmer. I'm not saying nothing. I'm not putting one and one and making it two, but things disappear.
Whatever you're doing out there, do it safely. We'll just stop right there.
Fair enough. No legal action here.
That first aid kit. And then we tend to have like these places where we can store things above the ground, like on top. There's a shop that's built into your shed, and then on top of that there may be a ladder that goes up, and then there's another level.
Mm-hmm. The second floor.
The second floor, but many times we're accessing that with a ladder. So don't use your old crappy ladder. Maybe that should go on the burn pile, that old wooden ladder. So we really, in the process of trying to clean up our shop or work on our equipment, we do need to stay safe, because spring is coming. It doesn't feel like it right now. It's hey, the days are getting longer, right, Al? Pretty soon we'll be golfing and.
Oh, yeah. And not just spring safety, but I can't believe you haven't at least tried to get people to go to the doctor. Now's the time to go to the doctor. If something needs to get fixed, right? Rotator cuff or a thing, you have the opportunity to do it now before it slows down the spring planting season. So you got to plan when you're getting stuff done.
Right. But we don't want to create any new problems. You have
there you go.
The doctor, the emergency room. That's what we're talking about today. What are you doing to clean up your shop while you're cleaning up your shop? Don't get hurt while you're grinding and using it. Well, and many farmers' shops are also their woodworking shop. Multitasking. We may have a table saw, we may have a skill saw, all the things. Right.
I had a teacher, a shop teacher in 5th, 6th grade, whatever it was. He had 3 fingers missing on one hand, all from shop mishaps. Yeah, and he'd showcase it.
Children.
Well, I wasn't there then. This guy was 100 years old when I walked in, but he'd always use that. This is what happens if you use the grinder wrong. I'm like, how long was your finger on the grinder, for God's sakes? He had like 3 fingers missing on one hand. He was a shop teacher with experience.
I was just thinking about the kids, like if it happened during.
Well, speaking of kids, because you jumped over that real quick with the ladder thing, going to the second level. A lot of bad ladders. I've had the same old wooden ladder that my wife won't let me get new, with a missing second step for I don't know how long. This thing barely holds together. If I was a farmer and I had said situation with an iffy ladder, you decide which one of the children is least productive and make them go up. What?
I thought 2026 we decided we weren't going to pick on the children as what do you call them, test subjects.
This is just management of your employees.
How many children do you have?
I have 3.
You have 3, and they've all moved away from you, right?
Yes. It was amazing how once they became a certified adult, they no longer lived here. It was really interesting.
Yeah, and one's a lawyer, so he's going to help Al out when Al continues to promote using your children.
What? It's illegal to promote having the least productive kid use the ladder? That's a law? We got a law there? I don't think so.
And one thing we didn't mention, though, is a fire extinguisher. So it's like, it's kind of like we're moving all the safety stuff that we're using all year long when we're out in the fields and in our combines and stuff. And now we're saying we're indoors. We're doing work indoors. We can't forget our safety either.
You know what's with the fire extinguishers, to be quite frank? You can't just put them away somewhere and say, oh, yeah, it's under this shelf. I'll remember that because you never remember it. It has to be out in the open.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, but it has to because you'll forget. And then the fire's going on. It's like, was that under the sink thing or was that over there in the closet? You're not going to have time to remember. So put it out in the open.
Right, exactly. So that is $1 million idea, but I think
Thank you.
I got
and why it comes up? My wife bought a fire blanket for the stove as a Christmas present for all of us.
Yes.
Yeah. Got it a year ago. I don't know. We haven't had a fire, but I forgot where it was, and I was digging through a cupboard underneath some other oh, there it is. I never would have got it if the fire had happened. I'm thinking,
I forgot. You need to hang it on the wall. Oh, there needs to be safety.
It's got to be somewhere. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a lot with the Band-Aids and the first aid kit and all those sorts of things.
For 100.
100, yes. So this time of year when you're working in your shop, think safety. Maybe you're getting your stuff ready for the spring already. I'm not sure. Most people are fixing the things that broke from last fall. That's where we're at with it. Yeah. In our shop, Al, you asked what was in our shop right now. We have 5 cute little kitties. They were born late.
Oh.
And so if anybody wants a kitty.
Oh, now we're going to have a free commercial here. Okay. Litter train. I got to fly. I'm out of time. We're over long. Carolyn Sheridan's Ag Health and Safety Alliance. Be safe out there in the shop, people. More after this.
You need a friend at the Capitol who knows how to get things